How's it, Oaks? Welcome back to The Straight Line, the show where we talk all things South African road and track cycling. So here we are, Friday the 20th of June for a weekly recap, roundup, catch-up. What are South African Oaks doing racing all over the world? We have quite a few guys racing in Europe, and also we have Danielle van Niekerk racing in Trexlertown in the US. So let's start off here. Top of the pile, our women. Tomorrow in the Copenhagen Sprints, we have Sonara Grow. She's going to be lining up for that race, 151-kilometer race. It is a world tour race, so you've got the best teams in the world, the best riders in the world. Yeah, Sonara hot off the Tour of Britain. It was definitely a big learning curve for her. She finished the race, a very, very solid performance. Hopefully she can take some of that toughness and condition that got her through that race and bring it over to the Copenhagen race. And it's one of the bigger races in women's cycling. Yeah, hopefully she can deliver a good performance and a good result. Then we hop over to Spain. Maddie Leroux, the 2024 Zwift Academy winner. She is currently riding for the Canyon SRAM team, and they are doing a 3-day stage race called the Vuelta Osana, which starting today. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They should be there. Spanish racing seems to suit her. And then next week she'll have the Giro d'Apennino in Italy. So then Tiffany Keep, she's going to be based or racing in England this weekend. The Tour of the Reservoir, which is part of the British National Series. Something else also picked up, Lisa Ann Lowe. She had a bad crash in training about 2 months ago. Broke her arm. Yeah, has been unable to train. But I see recently she's got back on the bike. So she's obviously got the green light from the trainers and the medics to get going and get on a bike. Hopefully she can build on this now and have a banging second half of the season. Then we get on to our men. Louis Meintjes, for a change, he's not racing this weekend. Yeah, he came off a very hot run now. The 3-week Giro d'Italia, finished 18th overall, went home, had a couple of days rest. Then a week later, he started the Criterium du Dauphiné, which is also a week-long race, and he managed to pull off another 18th. So 2 18th places in 2 stage races, and that just goes to show why Louis is one of the most consistent stage race riders out there. And I think as a South African, we're very proud of what he is achieving and what he has achieved. Then Ryan Gibbons racing for the Lidl Trek team. He's also going to be lining up tomorrow at the Copenhagen Sprint. Now, Ryan unfortunately has had a very shit run this year. Hurt his knee earlier on in the season. Has been battling to get through that, but hopefully the signs are there that he's coming right. He raced the Tour of Hungary 2 weeks ago. Also some very good performances. Being back home in Girona in Spain, prepping and training and getting his stuff together. And he's back at it tomorrow at the Tour of Copenhagen. Hopefully he can form an integral part of the Lidl Trek lead-out squad, which are going to be looking after Mads Pedersen. Now, the last year in the Tour de France, when Mads Pedersen had to abandon due to a crash, Ryan had free reign to go for the sprints, and he got, I think on the one stage he got 6. So, I mean, Ryan, he's a very, very, very good rider, proven rider. I mean, he's been a pro for a good couple of seasons now. And you know how the saying goes, the only time you can really call yourself a pro is when you get offered your second contract. I think Ryan's on 6, 7, or 8 years contract. So, yeah, he's been around a while. He's good. Hopefully, if he can come right and really finish off or start hitting the middle and end of the season, all systems go and pulling out those results. Speaking of results, a guy who's been on the podium a few times in the last month or two, Blaine Kick, he's racing tomorrow. It's a 95k race, and most guys would go 95k's in Europe is not that bad. However, a 95k race in a 1.9 kilometer lap, yeah, that's something quite special. It's 21, 22 laps. I think that's given me a couple of ideas. I mean, I'm quite involved in organizing of criteriums and circuit races. 1.9 Ks, 1.5 kilometer lap, 95k race. That could be interesting. While we're in France, Morne van Niekerk, another one of those riders that's well established, his 7th year with Saint Michel, a Continental team. He's currently racing a 3-day stage race called La Route d'Occitanie. The race started Thursday with a time trial. Then speaking to him last night, today and tomorrow are very hard stages, hilly stages. If he's going for GC, I don't think that would suit him down to the ground too much. But Morne being Morne, he's not the kind of guy that's going to sit around and wait and let the race happen to him. He's going to take it head on, get in the brakes, force the issue, and then also, as always, play an integral part for his team. Very, very solid team rider and always delivers. Then Reinhard Geiser, he's currently based in Germany and racing for his team. They are racing the 4 days of Stuttgart. They started yesterday. Chatted to him yesterday. Unfortunately, he had a pretty shit start to it. 2 punctures, mechanicals. So his GC hopes are out the window. But with Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, and Sunday still to come, you can look for great breakaways, looking for stage win, and also helping his teammate who's currently up to 4th overall. Then Reece Burrell and Matthew Sim, those 2 guys have shipped over to Belgium recently. And they're racing tomorrow, 120-kilometer circuit race. And then chatting to Reece a bit earlier today, told me quite a cool story. They being Matthew and Reece, they raced on Saturday, a local crit race. And there were 5 preems on the line, and each preem had €15 to the winner. So Reece decided, you know what, that's a nice Coke and pizza money. So Reece went at them, and he managed to win all of them. So that's pretty cool. You know, the South African guys are looking for those opportunities to perform, and it's glad to see that the boys are taking them. Then something else I picked up here in Holland, the Velo Kaya guys are there. I know the Tandu Kaka was involved with that last year, and it's good to see more South African oaks shipping over to Europe and getting exposure to racing. Hopefully from that can open their eyes as to what is required, and the boys can commit even harder to progress themselves even further. Then we go on to our juniors. Currently, there is a Nations Cup, LVM Saarland Trophy in Germany. We have Matthew Horn, Matthew Horter, Zander Rasmus, Aiden Klaassen, Zane Solzwiedel, and Reitz Hofmeyer. That stage 1 yesterday looked pretty much to end up in a sprint. Boys were all in the bunch. Good luck for the rest of the tour, boys. You know, 2 days to go. 3 days to go. Sorry. Then Carter Barnes, he's racing over in Spain for his Picusa Academy, racing the Vuelta Cyclista al Besaya. Race started yesterday, Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Matt, I don't know if any of you guys who are watching this actually are part of the Nations Cup WhatsApp group. There was a link posted there yesterday with a YouTube link to watch the race. So I had a bit of half an hour to kill that I clicked on it. Man, the quality of that YouTube footage is fantastic. I mean, you see everything live. I mean, the commentary is in Spanish, so you have to try and pick up a few words, but it's excellent. YouTube footage. I mean, here I am sitting in the studio in Benoni. Here I'm watching the race live in Spain. It was very cool. And then the best part for me was to see Carter Barnes, couple of Ks to go. He put in a big dig, tried to go for the stage win. Unfortunately, was caught a little bit soon after that. But yeah, it's just so lucky to see South African guys mixing it in the race, not afraid to get stuck in and actually trying to fight for the win. Then, shipping over to the US and onto the track, Danielle van Niekerk, she is in Trexler Town, commonly referred to as T-Town, becomes the World Track Cycling Mecca for 6 to 8 weeks of the year when it's summertime there. So Danielle's flown over across there. Unfortunately, one of her first training sessions on the track, she had a bit of a crash. Yeah, fell on her eye, got a bit of a blue eye, unfortunately broke her rib. But yeah, she's a tough lady, and she's toughed it up. She had her first UCI track race last Friday, where she got a 5th place in the elimination race, 5th place in the points race, and then during the week she raced a crit, and also ran 13th place. She will be racing tonight, Friday, on the track, one of the UCI races. So I'm sure Steve Saunders and I will talk about it on Monday on our weekly run-up as to what all of these South African oaks have done all over the world. But guys, before I go, I'm trying to switch over to YouTube, trying something different again. If you haven't yet, I ask you please like and subscribe this channel. I want to grow it. And with you grow it, you can have more resources available to bring more quality footage of what our South African oaks are doing all over the world. And again, I've said this over and over, and I'll keep on saying, I think it's so important that what our South African riders are doing overseas, that we as South Africans here in South Africa actually know about it and know that these guys are trying out there, and they can motivate and inspire the youngsters out there to show that, hey, there are South Africans out there just like me, who came from a place just like me, who actually are out there doing it, and it is possible. But yeah, guys, as always, thanks for listening, and I will catch you all on Monday with Steve Saunders. Cheers. Bye.